right, Nistas and Nistos, how are you today? I'm SavingsFashionista. She is I and I am her, and you have arrived to Nistas Nation. Over here we do mainly things fragrances, whether it is body or home. So today, you guys, we are here to do some fragrance content. So if you are interested, please stay tuned. Okay, so we have some fragrance content, you guys, and this fragrance is from Sephora. It is going to be an unboxing, and it's going to be an initial reaction to this fragrance, you guys. So if you are a part of the fragrance community, you already know what is the most popular thing that has been talked about over the past couple of weeks, and that is none other than Kayali's new fragrance. This is the Vanilla Patchouli 6468 or something. I'll give you the exact name as soon as I pull it out of the box, you guys. But before we get into the content, I just want to have a little conversation about my initial thoughts with this fragrance, why I did not purchase it on the day that it came out like I have other fragrances. It is because my very first kayali fragrance that I purchased was invite only. All right. I purchased that fragrance because I got fed up with not being able to get the Vanilla 28. It was so popular and at such high demand. I had a very, very difficult time getting my hands on my first bottle. So what I did was I just went ahead and I bought the invite only, and I bought the 100 ml. All right, it was a blind buy. My Sephora, my local Sephora, they do not carry kayali in store. So any kayali fragrance that I purchase is 10 times out of 10 is going to be a blind buy. So I bought it. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Those of you who have invite only, you know, it is just super grown woman, beautiful, just sophisticated amber fragrance. Beautiful. However, my sinuses did not like it. I kept the fragrance for probably over 6 months, trying to mix it with different things, trying to apply it in different ways. Did not work. So because the fragrance was so beautiful, I did not hold it, because I do think that some fragrances we should, well, you should hold your fragrances, because your nose palette, it changed. What you like as far as your fragrances, those things, they change. You know, it kind of comes and goes. But I thought that this fragrance was too beautiful just to sit idly on my perfume rack. So what I did, I gave it to one of my close friends, and she was appreciative of it. So I gave that away, and then I eventually got my hands on the Vanilla 28. Then I purchased more and more and more. So I probably have about 5 or 6 of the kayali fragrances. So the reason why I did not purchase the 50 ml of this, because I felt like, because this is supposed to be a very potent, very strong fragrance that's going to have the oud and the patchouli in it, I just kind of felt like this is probably not going to be in agreement with my sinuses, so let's not do it. But I would be remiss to say, I would be remiss if I did not say that the curiosity, it never went away. You know, I would tell myself, coach myself, no, don't do it. Let's not do it. Just don't do it. But I have to know. I just had to know. Being a frag head, it's just something about whether you like it or whether you don't like it. You just want to know. As for me, I just want to know. I want to experience. I need to experience. And even before I ever made my very first video, as far as content, I've been a frag head since I was a little girl. So as far as the hype and smelling and getting the new fragrance, that's always been a part of me. Now I'm just sharing it with the world. So I watched a few videos. I want to give a shout out to my girl Santa Maria. She's a great reference point. I want to give a shout out to AI the Great. She's an awesome reference point. I want to give a shout out to this new lady that I found, and her review was outstanding. I think her name is Shishi, Lavishly Shishi. Awesome video. Y'all need to go and check out her review on the new kayali. It was so entertaining, and so entertaining but very informative at the same time. So, and there are some other ladies, Simply Aisha. There are just probably about 4 other ladies whose content that I checked out. And, you know, different people have different opinions. But there were a few videos, and my girl Just Kayla Michelle, or Bohu Guru. Those were Bohu Guru, Santa Maria, and Just Kayla Michelle. Those were the 3 ladies who really just kind of helped me to decide, how should I approach the new fragrance? Should I just leave it alone? Should I, get a trial size? Should I get a full size? All of that. So they really helped me. So what I decided to do, I just went ahead and I went into my Sephora app, and I did have a $10 off because, just going through the VIB sale, you get some money. So I had a $10 off, and Just Kayla Michelle, she basically said that's what she did. Had a $10 off, was able to get it for $16 with free shipping. So I did that. So I said, at least I'll get to smell it. If I like it, I'm not offended in any way for spending the $16. I'll keep it in my collection as a reference point, or I may grow to love it one day. Or if it's something that I really like, I'm sure I'll eventually end up purchasing it. So here it is, and we are just going to go ahead and open it up and experience this fragrance, because I have to know. And hey, Mona. Mona is so personal with her fan base. I just love how she moves as a tycoon in this fragrance industry. I really appreciate you, Mona. Appreciate you and your team. All right, so this is the packaging. It came in the little small gold packaging. I agree with some of the other content creators. I think I've heard like 2 people say this, that they wish that it was still in the miniature size of how the kayali bottle looks. I wish that too, but this is just as nice. But I think I will prefer the other side, the other type better. But this is easier for travel, I must say. So this is the Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli 64. And it does have the little intense diamond on the fragrance. This is a 10 ml EDP travel spray. So you guys, it does have the fragrance notes on the back of the box. You know, her new packaging, it actually has the fragrance notes on the actual bottle itself. I think which one is that? The Burning Cherry is like that. That's the latest one that I have purchased in recent time. So you guys, this is first impression, and let's go. It's the end of the day, so I don't want to combine this with something. My hands are clean, so I'm going to spray it right here, because this is a clean spot. No fragrance, because I can still smell my fragrance from earlier today. Very strong. Definitely very strong. The first thing that came to my mind was patchouli. Those of you who know patchouli, you know patchouli is a very woody, dominating fragrance. But at the same time, I pick up the sweetness. I definitely can smell the sweetness, but the patchouli is there. I can feel that raw booziness, that very agar, oudi wood. I'm picking all of that up, and that in combination with the patchouli, it's giving it this extra woody note. But what I do appreciate about this, I think I've shared this with you guys before. I was at the I had gone to a family event. It was a big wedding someone in my family had, and we were at the W Hotel downtown, and that's in Georgia, Atlanta. And it was this gentleman on the elevator with me, and he looked like, you know, he may have been Middle Eastern, but this man smelled so good. I don't think I have ever smelled a man that smelled so good. So I just had to ask him what he was wearing, thinking that I was going to be able to go and buy it for hubby. But he told me it was something that he had gotten when he went home. And he said it's some type of oud. And I'm like, is it expensive? He was like, believe it or not, in my hometown, he said there are so many different types of ouds and combinations that you could purchase. He was like, I don't think I paid more than, you know, maybe in US terms, $80 for it. So that wasn't really expensive, but it was so beautiful. But all he could tell me was oud. So long story short, anytime there's an oud in a fragrance, it is very distinct. It is very unique. It is very just Middle Eastern. It almost gives you like this medicinal note, but as it dries down and it meshes with your skin, you get a total different effect from it. But on initial spray, this is not as strong as I anticipated it to be. I was really kind of afraid, but I would definitely say I don't think that you probably need a lot of this particular fragrance. I can see why Kayali and her team, Mona and her team said that this is a more amped up Vanilla 28, but this is not the same. This is not what I smell when I initially spray Vanilla 28. I wouldn't necessarily say that this would serve as Vanilla 28 has served for me with my fragrances, because Vanilla 28 is like this really top shelf chaser that I love to use to just mix with my fragrances. However, I can see why this has been said to be an amped up version, because I do get that sugary brown sugar sweetness in this fragrance. I definitely get that. This is definitely a fall or winter forward fragrance in my opinion, because of the woodiness that the patchouli and the oud provides. But this is definitely a very pretty fragrance, you guys. So the fragrance notes are vanilla, super absolute, golden rum, creme brulee. So I'm sure that creme brulee with that brown sugar as well as the sugared patchouli is giving it that super sweetness, and royal oud. So I think they did a dynamic job, because this is very unisex. There's enough woodiness and oud in it for it to be balanced or mixed enough for a gentleman, and there's enough sweetness in it for it to be balanced and mixed well enough for a female, in my opinion. It's nice. It's different than what I expected. I expected it to be this really blowout fragrance that I could tell off of a minute or two of wearing it that my sinuses was not going to like it. But I'm not getting that effect right now. 2 to 3 minutes in, I'm definitely not getting that effect right now. So I am a firm believer that you need to wear fragrance at least an hour and a half, in my opinion, to truly get the essence of the fragrance. And you need to wear it multiple times. But on my initial thought of the fragrance, I think that it's pretty. I do think that it is very woody. I think that it is sweet, but it is different from Vanilla 28. I can see why they said it, because I definitely smell that sweetness of that brown sugar and that Vanilla 28 undertone. But because of the oud and the patchouli, this right here stands alone, in my opinion. So depending on how I feel after a couple of times of wearing this probably will be added to my full bottle collection. So I just want to thank Mona and her team once again for creating a beautiful fragrance. I would definitely recommend that you sample this for yourself. I don't think this is a blind buy because of the oud that is in it. And oud is not a very friendly note. For some reason, you have to take it in small steps and kind of gradually get into oud fragrances, in my opinion. But she's pretty. So that's my initial thoughts on the Kayali Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli 64. I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. Leave any comments below if you've tried the fragrance, if you're interested in trying the fragrance, and how you feel about the fragrance. So, I want to thank you again, and do not forget, you, yes you are great. Bye-bye.